Hi, I'm here with Carsten from our market strategy team.
Hi, Clara.
Carsten, data centers are booming, especially with AI. Where does Semikron Danfoss fit in today?
That is right. AI is really driving the data center market, and we are in it. All the data centers today, the power supply runs through UPS systems, and these UPS systems make sure that even if there's a power supply dip or an interruption, that the data is safe and the computing racks can keep running. And you can imagine that reliability is everything there, and this is where we come into play with our advanced packaging technology. And so it comes that you find our modules like the SEMIX 5 or the SEMITRANS 3 in many of today's UPS systems.
And besides UPS, where else do our products show up in data centers?
There are other applications in a data center, such as cooling. There you find them in the cooling compressors in the integrated drive. For instance, the SKiiP IPM power module that we have, you will find in Danfoss turbo compressors. But there are also a lot of other applications like pumps and fans, which are usually driven by standard drives. And in these drives, you would find MiniSKiiP, SEMITOP, SEMiX products, so the whole broadband of our product range. So with our products, you can say that we really in a lot of applications that keep the data centers running efficiently and also reliably.
With all this growth, power demand is rising fast. What trends do you see for the next generation of data centers?
There are basically two big trends. One is that AI is changing the load profile for the power supply system in such a data center. In traditional data centers, you have a rather steady load, but when AI comes into play, then we see a higher power demand with more peak load. And that means that the power supply system has to handle it. The power module has to be more capable of power cycling, and that is where we come into play with our advanced packaging technology. The second trend that we see is that the power supply changes in general. AI, as I said, requires higher power, and we see that the supply system changes to high voltage DC. That also means that UPS might change, but ultimately on the long run, we also see that solid state transformers will take over the power supply, the direct power supply from medium voltage to 800 volt DC.
That sounds like a big technology shift. How is Semikron Danfoss supporting these trends?
It is indeed a shift, and we are adapting our product portfolio to the new requirements of reliability and efficiency. I'll give you some examples. There is the SEMITRANS 3 Plus package. That is a new 62mm package, which comes with very low inductance and can also operate at high temperatures, and that's a perfect platform to put in silicon carbide, which then makes the whole converter more efficient and increases the power density. I talked about solid state transformers before. There we have the SEMITOP E, for instance, where we put in 2 kilovolt chips, and that is also a nice building block to build the cells for a solid state transformer in the end. Then for the IGBT world, that will also remain to some degree. We have a new generation of freewheeling diodes at the start, the CAL7. The beauty of that CAL7 diode is that the recovery behavior is very, very soft, and that results in low dynamic overvoltage. And with that, you can switch faster, increase the efficiency, and also the power density in the end. And for environmental robustness, we're adding SemiSeal to our product portfolio. This is a protection against corrosive gases such as sulfur. We're also adding value there. So you see, with just these few examples, there's a lot ongoing. Of course, there's more to come.
Great, so we're definitely ready for tomorrow's data centers.
Absolutely.
Thank you.